Hey boys and girls, Squee913 here, how's it going? We got another little special test custom battle for you guys. This one was actually ran by Sergio. I know that's not what his screen name says, but that's what he refers to be called, so I call him Sergio. He played this and then sent it to me to do some commentate on, so I'm doing a replay for you guys. It's Sergio versus the South, so I don't know if that means Harad or whatnot. We shall find out in a second. Very interesting map here. They're fighting on a beach, which means that they have water to their right, and they can't really go that way. And what I thought was interesting is a very narrow deployment area. You can't fan out your troops like you can on most maps. That's interesting. So let's see what he starts off with. Let's see. He has some cavalry militia, along with some Swan Knights, heavy cavalry. Oh, hang on. Alright, so we definitely have a heavy cavalry-based army here. 4 units, to me, is well, not like heavy, but more than what I usually run with. Let's see. And then we got some dismounted Swan Knights. I don't know if any of them have upgrades, because I can't see the setup. Oh, actually, I can probably tell if they do or not. Doesn't look like it. And we got some more dismounted Swan Knights over here. We got Marines, Citadel Guard, which are spearmen. More Marines. And then we have the Blackroot Vale Archers. Now, my guess is, and a couple of Ilithian, I believe, Rangers. My guess is he didn't start off with tons and tons of money. That's why he doesn't have a lot of upgrades, and he has some general archers instead of just all Ilithian Rangers and such. But you might also notice that it's at nighttime, which is interesting. He chose a night attack. I don't know if he was doing it just to change things up a little bit, probably, or maybe he has a particular strategy. We'll have to see. So here's his setup, and as you can tell, it's very narrow. It's a very narrow setup because he doesn't have much of a choice. I mean, this is his setup territory. Alright, and let's see if we can't get a look at the enemy. Speed up a little bit over here. Speed up through the deployment phase at least. Alright, let's see how he sets everything up. Anytime now. Alright, looks like he's taking some time to make sure he adjusts his troops right, which is not a problem. It's always good to think things through. So let's see what kind of setup he's got here. Alright. Now, I wonder if he's defensive, because he did set up stakes. The Gondor archers have the ability to set up stakes, which makes it hard to assault them, which is a very good defense. I'm wondering if he's planning on letting the enemy come to him. The stakes themselves would seem to suggest that. Not to mention, this is also a good way to protect his flank if he stays here, since, as you notice, he has the archers and the stakes on both sides, which means anyone trying to get around him is going to have a difficult time. And of course, he's got more archers up front. I did not know they could produce stakes. That's very interesting. I've already learned something that can be very, very useful to us. And then, of course, he's got the spearmen behind him. My guess is that he'll fire arrows as long as he can, then retreat these behind the spearmen, and let the spearmen take the brunt of whatever assault's coming. That's just my guess. And probably use the Marines as the hole pluggers, as I like to call them. Basically, just whoever... Whenever there's a break in the line, they go fill it. And then he's holding the dismounted knights on the sides over here to try and swing around and take advantage of any flanking attacks. And of course, he has the cavalry back here to either he's going to send them this way or just keep them there in reserve until he sees opportunity to use them. Now, let's go see what the bad guys got. They have, of course, archers. And this is versus Harad. We have every battle that we've done so far has been versus Harad, probably because we're all scared crapless on these little elephants. I know they're not called elephants, but they're frickin' elephants. Alright? And then they have a bunch of spearmen. And here's some trollmen over here. Alright, and then some more trollmen. Back here. Light infantry. Light infantry. So they have no, other than the elephants, they have no cavalry, which is interesting. I'm wondering if the AI set this up. My guess would be he just had the AI set it, or maybe he chose the units himself. I'm not so certain, but heck, even one unit of elephants is still a lot. So this is going to be very infantry heavy on their side, and let's see if Sergio can capitalize on his cavalry advantage. So let's go ahead and start. And let's see what's going on here. They're moving up, and Sergio's staying put. So like I said, Sergio's going to make them come to him. He's defending, which is great for him. The one problem I see with this, and maybe this is why he chose it, is that you cannot maneuver over here. You have a very narrow battlefield right here. You can't even travel over here for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, now he's moving up. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to sit there and let them come to him. Well, he's kind of making those spikes a little bit useless. The dangerous part about the spikes is that you don't want to set them if you're going to just move on beyond them, because if you have to retreat for whatever reason, or your unit routes for a little bit, they're going to route right into the spikes. Generally, I don't use them unless I'm planning on not going anywhere. But we shall see. We shall see how this plays out. Like I said, I don't pretend to be any sort of expert at this game. I understand them trying to make a narrow playing field, but this makes no sense. Why can't I send people over here? Still, it makes for a very interesting map. The danger, of course, as always, is the elephants, but the danger is now multiplied because since we have such a narrow battlefield, the elephants have nowhere to go run amok. Which means if they go run amok, they might run amok through this. And as tightly compressed as everyone is, that could be very bad news for either army. And they're just moving up. So let's speed this up a little bit, get into the action. The armies are coming. Ooh, excitement! There's probably one person on that island and they're going, oh god! Crap's about to go down. Someone's gonna get fucked up. Alright, so the archers have started. See, now he's stopping, but I think it would have been a little wiser just to stay back behind those spikes. And now they're all firing arrows at each other. Everyone's using fire arrows. Oh, there goes the cavalry. Here's also a problem with marching in such tight formations. It's hard not to get your units mixed up like that. You saw that the cavalry was in with the infantry, which is not what you want, because then you can't tell who's getting hit by who. He's obviously backing his cavalry up to not only get them out of the range of the archers, but also so he can tell what units are where. And they are leading with the elephants, which is not good, especially since we have no siege engines. I just realized that. No siege engines whatsoever. So, this will be a very good test to see how and if we can even handle the elephants without siege engines. The last time I tried it without siege engines, you guys all saw. A battle that was literally in the bag for me, completely in my favor, became a horrible defeat. Just because the elephants. Good lord. Look at that. You can see their archers decimated this unit right here. Oh, man. A lot of casualties right there. Alright. And here comes the main attack. He's got to pull those archers back or they're going to get hit. Well, he doesn't have time now. Alright, at least he brings the spearmen up. Oh, no, those are spearmen. Never mind then. He did bring the archers back. Good, good. Then he's got the swan knights on the side. And he's concentrating all his arrows on the elephants, which is a wise move. I'm just not sure how effective it's going to be. However, I did only have 2 units of archers. He has 4. That might make a difference.